what's Denzel's top tier rankings.
Oh, I got my Denzel top tier rankings.
Okay, yeah, that we'll have to check that out in a second.
You better come with yours. Like it's a versus.
What's up, Internet World? We're the News 19 Nerds. I'm Michael.
I'm Avery.
Avery, I guess, in his best training day impersonation. What's happening? I don't know. You just look like...
Look here, Michael. It's the little things.
Okay,
it's all
you're
about
right.
the jacket. It's about the hat.
Yeah.
It's about some of the things that we bring to you here on News 19 Nerds that'll get you caught up.
Okay, that's... Yeah. If you didn't know, if you couldn't tell by Avery's spot-on impersonation, we're doing a Little Things review. Movie came out on HBO Max and in theaters. I guess January 29th or something like that.
It says 28, 29th, but
yeah, something like that.
Late January.
Late January. On paper, this movie seemed like it was going to be a killer because it had 3 Oscar winners. You got Denzel Washington.
I see what you did there.
You had Rami Malek. Mm-hmm. You had Jared Leto. I think this was written and directed, or at least written by John Lee Hancock. Mm-hmm. Yeah, writer and director. He is somebody who gave us movies like The Blind Side and...
I enjoyed The Blind Side.
What was it? Oh, wait, I can't remember what else he did. Blind Side for sure.
Let's see if I can
and The Rookie. Okay. Oh, yeah, he also did Saving Mr. Banks, The Alamo, Founder, Highwaymen. So he, yeah, you kind of knew what you were getting once you're seeing this movie. Mm-hmm. And just off the top, for you, overall impressions?
I liked the movie. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's a problem when I have a Denzel Washington... I shouldn't just like a Denzel Washington movie.
You need to love it?
I need to love it.
Okay.
Denzel's giving us too many classics for me to just say, it was okay.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
But, I mean, I liked it. It's slow start.
Mm-hmm.
The acting was good for most of it. Mm-hmm. And then the end just left me like, huh. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely a movie... The original script is written like in the early 90s.
And after you look at this movie, you can tell like, okay.
Yeah, this could definitely be set in the 90s just in terms of the setting overall. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Some of the themes and the way stuff is plotted out feels like it's a movie written in the 90s. It's getting a lot of comparisons to the movie Seven.
What's in the box?
I could see the similarities in that as well. But... I think overall, I think it's a fine movie. It's nothing like, man, this is a great movie. We were talking about this before we hit the record button, mm-hmm. But it's interesting that this movie came out to HBO Max as well as theaters, because I think if I had seen this in theaters, I don't know if I don't think I would have been upset, but I wonder if I would have received it differently, because I feel like once you go to see a movie in a theater, mm-hmm. Your brain is kind of calibrated or attuned to a certain way to whatever you're going to watch. This feels like a really nice TV movie.
Yeah, to me, and I've seen other people say this too, this would have probably been better if it was a TV series. Okay. If it would have kind of expanded out, we would have gotten to know the characters more. Like if the movie itself, it shows just a bit of back history of Denzel, like before his character is his character in this movie. Mm-hmm. So if we would have gotten more scenes with that, maybe we would have had more of a connection with his characters to mm-hmm. kind of feel like the pain he goes through mm-hmm. in this movies. Yeah. But, I mean, it's Denzel, so he has a way of, putting that on the screen where we can still get it. But
Denzel's going Denzel.
Yeah, Denzel's going Denzel. I guarantee it.
No matter what. and it's up to everybody else whether or not they're going to play along in his sandbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of just non-spoilers overall. If you had to give it a rating out of 5, what would you give it?
3.5.
3.5 out of 5?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd probably give it 3.5, maybe 3.75 out of 5. I feel like I might, just based on how we talk, I think I might like it a little more than you.
I think you do. I ain't going to say I hate it, but...
Right.
And y'all can agree or disagree with me or not, this is not in his top tier ranking of movies.
So that's going to be a tease, because I'm going to ask you at the end of this what's Denzel's top tier rankings.
Oh, I got my Denzel top tier rankings.
Okay, yeah, we'll have to check that out in a second.
You better come with yours. Like it's a versus.
Okay, cool. So let's just kind of, we could jump anywhere all over. Spoilers here at this point. We got spoilers coming up.
Spoiler.
In the movie. What did you think of of the performances specifically of like your three main leads?
Like we already said, Denzel's going Denzel, so he did what he does in a role with this, which was fine. Rami's character, it was all right. I don't know if I'm just like his voice, how he talks.
There's a thing with, I think I enjoy Rami Malek as an actor, but the way his voice and the way he affects when he talks and everything, it's very deliberate in how he talks and everything. I mean, he was doing that in Mr. Robot. He didn't do that in Queen.
Because he had to play he always plays different people, but this is an actual figure.
But like the way he was talking in this kind of reminded me of the way he speaks in Mr. Robot. And I'm a fan of that show, so I was okay with it here. But it is weird. For me, there were at times where you have Denzel as the old veteran cop, and then Rami Malek as the up-and-coming cop. Kind of looking to Denzel as somebody who did some stuff. Apparently there was something in his past. We find out that he ended up killing a witness, or actually killing a victim who was trying to run away, and I guess he got caught up, and he shot her accidentally.
By accident, but if you're looking at this, you already know. Right,
he shot her by accident, but he still killed her. They covered her up, and then he ended up getting transferred to another department. So he is a good cop, and he has like a dogged determination about stuff, almost to the point of fixation and
it's an obsession.
Yeah, it's an obsession, and it impedes his career. It hurts his personal life because he's divorced. He doesn't see his grown up children anymore.
We didn't see them in this movie.
Right, and he's kind of, as they're trying to figure out who this new serial killer is or who this person is, Denzel's kind of mentoring to Rami to say, hey, you know, even though you're trying to get this justice, you got to take it easy because you can get fixated and you can lose sight of stuff, or the little things, as it were. You can lose sight of that kind of stuff.
Roll credits.
Yeah, basically. As he says towards the end, it's the little things. Credits.
He said it so much.
He did. The chemistry between them, at times, it seems like they were in two different movies to me, and it might just be because of how the two actors talk overall.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a real good connection. It just felt, I don't know, maybe that's just what they were going for, but at least not to the end. But it's just like, I'm fine with a slow build up, but when the end isn't satisfying, it's just like, what was the slow build up for?
So what didn't you like? Oh, hold on. We didn't talk about Jared Leto at all.
Which they better be glad he was in this movie. Because to me, every scene he was in stole it from
really?
Yeah, from Rami and Denzel.
To me, I almost felt like he's too much of a weird dude. And I was like, man, you're like too creepy. And I guess that's what you're going for, but I don't know. I don't want to fault him for being too creepy in the movie, but it just seems like you are so creepy and over the top. It almost feel like, I don't think you did this, and he didn't.
Right. Well,
I don't think he did it.
I mean, I feel like
I got from this movie. He didn't do it. He's just a guy who likes to be involved in crime scenes or whatever, and he just wants to kind of push people's buttons. Yeah. But for Rami Malek, that didn't matter. Like, you hear, boom.
So that whole thing, he gets in the car with him. And I guess this is what obsession does with you. He got in the car with the guy. They drive all the way out of the middle of nowhere. He starts digging. I don't understand why he didn't make him dig. He's making him get inside his head. Yeah. Then he kills him with the shovel, and I'm just like, oh, that's it? That's how you ended him? Yeah. I
mean, I feel like the movie's just saying, you know, obsession has its costs, right? Yeah. You know, you obsess too much, and he's like, there's no other person that it could have been just based on what Rami had invested into this case. Yeah. It has to be this guy, and Denzel ends up buying some barrettes because I guess one of the most recent victim that went missing was known to have red barrettes. Yeah. And so he hands it off. He sends it to Rami Malek's house. Like, yeah, it was a guy or whatever.
Speaking of just like, I was about to say the little things of some of the stuff that Denzel had packed up. Was there something in the toolbox that he had?
I don't think so. To me, it seemed like it was empty.
Okay.
And I feel like they were trying to, as somebody who doesn't know anything about film school or film craft, I feel like they were trying to have suspense by saying, oh, there was something in here, but in the end you find out, no, it really wasn't anything. It was just a creepy guy who being creepy, and he ended up dying.
Yeah. Like the act, like I said, the acting was fine. The story itself I felt was cool. it just needed more fleshing out to me. Because it felt like when the movie first started, we thinking we're about to see the killer in like deep action and stuff, but it's just like it cuts away when it gets good, and I'm just like, okay, that happened.
Oh, so you want to see these people get killed? You want to see a Saw movie? That's what it sounds like. You want to see a Saw or a Hostel or whatever.
At least we get inside the killer's mind so we can see throughout the movie when Denzel and Rami's characters are figuring stuff out. We can kind of get, I don't know, man, like a sense of what the killer's motives was or how he went about doing things.
You
You
want a Luther.
That's what it is. I've never seen Luther.
The reason why I said about Luther is because usually in every series of the show, right, like series 1 and series 2, you usually know who the killer is in the first episode, and it's more of a not necessarily you trying to figure out who the killer is, but you're kind of getting in the mindset of what the killer's doing, and then Luther catches a person.
Got you.
Kind of.
You know what? This movie might have been more impactful if I've never seen an episode of Law and Order SVU. That's what this is. Okay. It's like I've seen this done I don't know how many times in movies. And it's just like I've seen Denzel, like I said when we first did the trailer reaction. I've seen Denzel do a cop over and over again, and this is not the best Denzel cop movie.
So this is not the top of Denzel's, not the top cop movie. This just bottom of the barrel for you for Denzel.
I haven't even seen License to Kill, and I'm pretty sure License to Kill better than that.
Wow. Okay. So I don't even know where to jump to with that. What do you need in a Denzel movie for it to be a top Denzel movie?
I need Denzel to Denzel's so good at playing a bad guy. So that helps. Denzel's a bad guy. That's cool. Even though he's done great being good guys, when he's bad guy, it's like he has to turn into something. Okay. Denzel's a bad guy. The casting around him has to be good. The story in itself needs to be good as well. I need good videography. And the thing about this movie, I didn't like, and I kept on seeing. Did you notice that there was a lot of cuts, like in certain scenes?
Oh, I didn't even pay attention.
I remember the scene where Denzel was at Rami Malek's character's house. They were sitting in the kitchen. Single shot of Denzel. Back to the wife. Single shot of Denzel. This is like in seconds. I'm just like, why are they cutting so much? That bothered me. I don't know, man. This movie right here. I
don't feel like this movie is a 3.5 for you.
You know what?
It might be lower.
It just dropped down to a 3. We'll see how it goes.
That's what I'm saying.
At the end of this.
About it, I don't know.
I guess when it's Denzel, you have such high hopes. You want it to be a banger. And I understand people may say, well, every movie doesn't have to be action thrilled or stuff like that. I was like, I know that. But it doesn't need to be boring. It needs to be more than just
maybe it was a case of the trailer for you were expecting a different movie.
Kind of. I'm expecting,
because this is kind of what I expected from the movie. I thought it was going to be a slow, cerebral type movie. To me, what I didn't enjoy was I don't feel like the resolution was kind of whatever for the movie. I wish I had gotten more interaction between Rami and the interactions that we have between Rami and Denzel. I wish they were more impactful. And again, that might just be the chemistry between the two leads. I think these guys are great apart, but their chemistry together was there was something off about it to me. And it's just I think it is when person A talks to person B, the way Rami would respond to Denzel's character is kind of like, are you in the same scene? I guess you are, but that's just your affectation, how you talk.
You know what? What you said makes me think. Everybody in this movie seems like a character that's happened in the real world besides Denzel and Rami's character. It looks like we're just watching two people act on screen. Okay. And it's just like, I don't know if it's just because Denzel overacts and stuff, or it's like when Denzel's talking, it's a monologue, like an acting. Like I said with Jared Leto, every time Jared Leto's on screen, I feel like I'm looking at a creepy person. I'm not seeing Jared Leto. I don't know if that was just because of the look.
That's just Jared Leto, man. He gets in them characters. So for you, did you see the movie Fences?
Yes, I saw Fences.
What did you think of Fences?
I thought Fences was great.
Because I remember that year Fences was out, and then is it Manchester by the Sea? Nerd and film fans, you guys let me know. I feel like the movie was called Manchester by the Sea with Casey Affleck. And those two were up. They were the two top contenders, or it seemed like they were the two biggest nominees for, Manchester by the Sea. Casey Affleck and Denzel Washington for Best Actor that year. Ended up going to Casey Affleck. Personally, I thought Denzel was better in Fences.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a lot of... To me, I couldn't see why Casey Affleck won the Oscar. But again, I'm not an actor. I don't know what it takes to be an actor, but there was something about his portrayal in that movie that really let him. He did so much by doing so little. Is what won him that thing.
Yeah.
I bring all that up to say, in Fences, Denzel, I feel like Denzel's peak Denzel, just acting and emoting, right?
Well,
but that all comes from the fact that Fences was a stage play.
Yeah, that we might have. There's a whole discussion about we need to have of stage plays being transitioned into movies. And matter of fact, I just have you seen One Night in Miami yet?
Not yet.
That's a good movie.
That's what I've heard.
That's a good movie. And it's just like I have a love-hate relationship for screenplays going into movies because it's just like
Stage plays.
Stage plays going into movies because it's like I understand it's one setting and the main focus is the dialogue, so these actors have to come with their lines correct. They can't rely on exactly how things look, what's the background drop and stuff, because it's just them in like this one main setting. But yeah, I love Denzel in Fences. Fences.
Yeah.
But yeah, this right here, man.
Okay. What about the movie did you like?
Like I said, I like the acting at some points.
Dang. That's it.
The more I think about it, I'm just like, what did I really enjoy about this movie? Because it don't feel like a lot, man. Or it feels like a lot of nothing.
Okay, I can see that. To me, the movie, I enjoyed everybody's individual performances.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of Rami and Denzel's on-screen chemistry together. For me, I thought Jared Leto's character was too much at times. Like, you were too creepy in this movie. That
is that called for me?
I mean, it was almost to the point of you almost felt like the detective should have been like, nah, this guy is like almost into it too much. I don't think he did it.
Yeah.
This was just like, you just want attention.
Yeah.
That's and I almost feel like they should have known that as the detectives. But again, maybe that goes back to the idea of obsession. You can't see everything. I wish we had gotten more from the female characters in this. Natalie Morales is the female detective in this, and then I don't know if her name is Michelle, or I don't know how you pronounce her name. She plays the coroner in the movie.
Yeah.
She also plays. She plays the therapist on Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, and is great in that. But I kind of wish we'd gotten more from them just to see more of them in the movie overall. But again, it's about your three male leads, and they each get time to shine. I'm curious if this had been directed by somebody else. Like, originally the plan was John Lee Hancock wanted Spielberg to direct it. And Spielberg was like, nah, this is a little too dark for me.
Right.
So we good. I'll let you do that. And
how is Spielberg gonna say that, but he did Amistad? So slavery ain't too dark, Spielberg, but this was?
I mean,
give us the truth.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
This is the movie that we got. This is what we got to judge. And
I think you're right. If this movie if we got into more of the other characters in the background, I probably would have enjoyed this movie more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in your mind, make it a TV show instead of a movie.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
TV series have really kind of spoiled me now into wanting more, because we're always going to want more. Especially shows like The Mandalorian. What else? Like Breaking Bad. Like, imagine Breaking Bad in a movie. It wouldn't be as good as the TV show because.
Did you see El Camino?
I didn't, but
okay.
I heard. Did you like it?
Yeah.
Okay, I still might have to see it.
Yeah. Yeah. To me, we keep talking about this being a TV show, and HBO kind of has the perfect formula for that because they did The Outsider, which is you take away the supernatural aspect, you do have a small town trying to deal with a crime, a grisly murder. So I mean, it has similar beats to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah, this movie's sitting at 3 for me.
Okay.
But any final thoughts?
What is your top Denzel movie?
Oh, I was gonna get to that after.
I think we're done with this. Yeah. Give us your top Denzel movie.
My top Denzel movies, in not any particular order: American Gangster, Remember the Titans, and probably Training Day.
Okay.
I think so. Ooh, maybe a toss between Malcolm X and Training Day.
Okay. Glory. I really do like Glory.
Glory was a good movie.
He had that one single tear. Yeah, because all he wanted was some shoes. He just wanted the shoes so he can march in battle.
Yeah.
Glory was really good for me. I'm trying to think of what other Denzel. I mean,
that's a classic. I really like.
What was
I don't think it gives enough credit. Deja Vu. I love Deja Vu.
I thought Deja Vu was fine. What's the one where he's not like a bad cop? He just he did some questionable stuff, and it has Eva Mendes in it.
Two Guns.
No. That's the one with Mark Wahlberg. Out of Time.
It might have been Out of Time.
Is that a movie? Did I make that up?
No, Out of Time right there. That's Eva Mendes right there.
Yeah, Out of Time. Yeah. I enjoy that movie. It's not great. It's fun. I also like Man on Fire a lot.
I haven't seen Man on Fire.
Man on Fire is a lot of fun. Oh, Inside Man. I'm just thinking about it now as we're looking at Denzel Washington's filmography.
Yeah. I love Inside Man.
Yeah.
And you know what? Denzel has to have a strong person beside him in movies. That really helps.
Yeah.
Flight, underrated. I love Flight.
Okay. We're going to keep talking about our favorite Denzel movies. You guys let us know if you like this movie or not. Yeah. Also let us know what your favorite Denzel movie is, or even what your favorite Rami Malek or Jared Leto movie are. Let us know that as well. You can find us here always on YouTube, but also you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, our website, WOTX.com. Like, comment, subscribe, and we're out.